He is one of his most well-known victims and a nasty, horrible individual. It is beyond awful that Usher has now come forward and disclosed what was done to him.
Fault that Justin Bieber got by Diddy.
It's not our fault that Usher didn't want to get fucked by Diddy anymore. It is not our fault that Usher didn't want to get fucked by Diddy no more.
Papa don't hit me no more. Kick in the door, waving the 4-4. All you heard was Papa don't hit me no more. Let's go. Kick in the door, waving the 4-4. Hey, 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 yeah.
Certain feeling, and I felt a certain way when Usher got on Shay Shay, and I don't mean to mention other people's platforms, but he got on Shay Shay and he mentioned how great and how good Puff taught him and everything. You know what I'm saying? About the business, right? I know, and people know, that was around that in that time that Puff and Usher did have a situation. And that situation led Usher to the hospital.
This tale dates back to Usher's signing with LA Reid at the age of 14, when he was a young, talented artist. LaFace Records, the label that helped establish a number of well-known musical talents, played a pivotal role in his early career. The young musician was assigned to live with Diddy, the self-described craziest party person and a prominent figure in hip-hop in New York City. This arrangement came after Reid, a crucial mentor in Usher's journey, made the audacious choice.
I heard about some music executive from the industry back in Harlem. You know, I heard it from some music executives back in Harlem. And I'm not gonna speak on their name. They doing programs and everything like that, and they may be doing some, they may speak on it themselves. But I heard it from some music executives.
Where did you hear it?
Bro, you know how people be talking, and we was around some people, something like that, and then some people might say, yo, I don't F with that dude. And at the time, I didn't even know who the F Usher was. You know what I'm saying? It was one of those type of situations. And we probably say, yo, man, I don't F with them niggas. I'm getting out that industry and everything like that. You know, Puff sent this little kid to the hospital. How he sent him to the hospital? And bleeding from the butt. And that's what was said. But I didn't even have a name for the kid at the time. Then you heard, and that's what happened.
Reid clarified that this wasn't just a relocation to a different place, but rather a deliberate effort to test Usher's limits and help him create a more edgy sound. Usher will continue to have this bad boy hip-hop influence vibe. I was turning him around, giving him swagger, Reid said. At a time when I still required his mother's approval, I went over to the most outrageous party person in the nation, but I believed it would be best for him. I wasn't sure whether I was experiencing an insight or being careless, Reid dang. He expressed a mixture of optimism and caution, believing this experience would shape Usher both personally and musically. Usher has reported witnessing some rather odd things, though he prefers to omit specifics, especially when it comes to his time around Diddy.
We want to thank you. Come here. Don't sit on the bed at night. No homo. No, just don't get close to the bed. Don't get close. But it's just like, yo, we want to thank you for hosting the thing, man. It's been a pleasure. You didn't have to do it. You did it.
No. I definitely didn't have to do it. I definitely didn't have to. First and foremost, I'm not getting in the bed. Shout out to him and what he did. I'm just gonna. If we can, just let's just put the camera a little this way, just so we're not. I don't want my shot to even. I don't want him to come close to the bed at all. Usher look like he fresh off a goddamn plane. I should.
Fresh off the guard stage. That's my brother right here from day one. We used to wake up and, damn, pause, but like just back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the frosted flakes. You know what I'm saying? Before pause was invented. You know what I'm saying? But it's my brother for real. We used to actually wrestle off of the frosted flakes because he used to always get them early. Now he's the richest song in the world.
Yo, what the f did Puff just say? Nobody's gonna acknowledge this but me. Puff just said we used to wrestle over the frosted flakes. And we're streaming live. That was stupid. Listen, that was fucking stupid. Listen.
Having a good time, yo. Usher made it in the
However, Reid subsequently said that despite the difficulties, the experience paid off because Puffy accomplished precisely what was needed. He helped Usher develop a distinctive R&B sound. Usher's creative identity was shaped in part by Diddy, who assisted him in growing from a gifted teenager to a music superstar. But at what cost? Did he become part of a wider trafficking conspiracy?
I moved to New York City, and I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing. Now, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you
New
over
York
to something
City.
called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
To learn
Flavor Camp?
Yeah,
Flavor
that's
Camp.
what it was called. And you're going to go to Puff Daddy's. He's going
In the 90s, do you understand what that's like?
Puffy's place was like just filled with chicks and orgying like nonstop, right?
No, not really.
Come on.
But hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you
I
seeing?
went there to see the lifestyle,
Right.
And I saw it, and it was, but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild.
So nobody tried to, some woman didn't come along.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
I didn't
But
say
you
that. What I did say is that there were very curious things taking place,
Uh-huh.
and I didn't necessarily understand it.
Uh-huh.
Biggie Smalls was there.
Biggie Smalls was there. Lil' Kim, Craig Mack.
All these people
all
are
of
hanging around.
Yeah, man. Faith Evans,
And your parents
Jodeci,
were
Mary J.
okay?
Blige. They didn't know nothing about this shit.
Oh.
I was having a good time. You know what I mean?
Does he have you doing any chores? Are you doing dishes at all? I mean, to keep you humble somewhat? Or are you just like, could you stay up till 4 a.m. with them and party?
I mean, I could. I actually stayed up longer than them.
And do you have money? What's going on?
I mean, I had like per diem.
Yeah.
I had like,
What
like
a
a living.
life.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
14 years old. You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to puppy camp?
Hell no.
According to the official account, L.A. Reid stated in his 2016 memoir that Usher introduced Justin Bieber to him as a present when Bieber was only 14 years old, calling the young musician beautiful.
Diddy had been trying to get to Bieber for a minute, and his management was backing him off. But it wasn't until Usher took over management and had guardianship and gave temporary guardianship to the diddler for 48 hours. Think about that. He'd already been to the hospital. That situation that Gene was talking about. And you still took Bieber there. But you got custody of him first. Diddy had already tried. They wouldn't let him. Actually, someone made reference to the fact that Diddy trying to get at Bieber the way he was trying to get at Bieber was looking a little predatory. And then Usher came in and discovered it and managed him and got custody of him and promised to look after him. And then he sent him to the diddler. Does that sound like a good guy?
It's horrible.
Does that sound like a good guy? Now that we know what Diddy's really like. They're not seeing what the intentions was in his heart when he took Justin Bieber there.
No.
Let's be honest. He took Justin Bieber there.
Scooter Braun discovered Justin Bieber at the age of 12 while Bieber was covering songs by Chris Brown and Usher on YouTube. However, it was Usher who gave Bieber his big break by introducing him to L.A. Reid, who signed the rising star to Island Records. Bieber shot to international fame at the age of 15 with his debut single One Time in 2009. Usher called Reid in October 2008 and asked if he would be in the office all afternoon because he had something special to show him. At 4 p.m., Reid wrote about his first meeting with Bieber. Usher showed up with a cute 14-year-old lad. It may seem strange to some, but Usher was already being groomed and understood what he was introducing Justin to. Reid also recalled how Bieber turned on the charm as soon as he stepped into the room, commenting that women may be beautiful and men seldom are.
I was flown out to Atlanta by a manager. His name's Scooter Braun. Flown out to Atlanta just to meet with him and meet different producers and different people. I was actually going to meet Jermaine Dupri at his studio. And we rose up, Usher, and his arranger rose up, and so I ran up to him. I was like, Usher, I love your song. You want me to sing one?
Usher, we were at the Swiss Hotel. Puff had Kim in the room and one of Keith Sweat's baby mothers in the big room outside the master bedroom. He came outside in his robe. She gave him a feel right there. His back was turned to me. She gave it to him. You knocked on the door, and I came and opened it for you. Puff went into the room, and you came in and kissed that girl dead on her mouth. Now, I'm telling you this because you're taking up for somebody that you know and a lot more people know didn't treat you right when you were at Diddy camp. Usher enthusiastically presented Justin Bieber, saying, "This is Justin Bieber." Bieber sat down at the piano, immediately started singing, and then picked up a guitar with ease, acting like a seasoned nightclub performer. Reed was astounded to learn that Bieber was not only a gifted singer, but also a natural entertainer. When Usher claimed to have discovered a star, Reed recalled immediately signing Bieber, though it took a few days to convince his parents to get on board since Justin was still a minor. Reed also noted in his memoir that Bieber's hair, which almost completely covered his eyes, was just as significant as his songs and voice. This unique appearance swiftly became a part of Bieber's identity. Reed went on to commend Bieber for his innate charisma and star power. Justin's face was his superpower. He was really gorgeous, Reed observed. In contrast to other musicians who struggled to establish the persona they wanted to convey, Bieber had a magnetic personality that immediately set him apart. From the beginning, he was likable and lively. Reed added that Bieber's appearance was only a portion of his overall appeal.
Kept them apart.
Usher was instrumental in Bieber's success, serving as both a mentor and a family member. In 2016, Usher reflected on their relationship, saying that despite its professional nature, he had a strong bond with Bieber.
Partners and whatnot.
How dare you say a man that grew